I'm gonna beat his ass and y'all talking. Y'all better be quiet.
Davis is all set to return to the ring, and the talk around his next fight has got everyone talking. The WBA lightweight title holder will face Lamont Roach Jr. in a bout that has already stirred up plenty of controversy. Roach seems to be full of confidence, but let's be real. He might be walking straight into the lion's den.
There's a rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight Raya.
This matchup comes after Vasyl Lomachenko, one of the most technically gifted fighters of this generation, decided to pull out of unification talks with Davis. Lomachenko has taken the rest of 2024 off, fueling speculation that retirement is on the horizon for him in 2025. This left Davis's team in search of a new challenger, and they quickly zeroed in on 2 names, Jose Rayo Valenzuela and Lamont Roach. Junior Baltimore's own Gervonta Davis, undefeated at 30-0 with 28 knockouts, is ranked among the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world. His dominance in the lightweight division has allowed him to cherry-pick opponents from the super featherweight ranks. Lamont Roach, the current WBA junior lightweight title holder, received permission to move up in weight to challenge Davis.
I don't know Lamont Roach, but, you know, when you look at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, you know, these other fighters that he should really be fighting, you know, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come and, but don't come at me.
But many fans feel like this is just another strategic move by Tank to protect his spotless record. Some critics argue that Roach, despite his solid 6-win streak, doesn't pose a legitimate threat to Davis. After all, his most notable win, a razor-thin split decision against Hector Garcia, didn't exactly scream dominance. Still, Roach has been vocal about his belief that he's not just another opponent for Davis to steamroll. On social media, Roach didn't hold back. He posted, "You must think I'm one of them regular expletive you fought or something? LOL, cut it out, man." That's a bold statement, but Davis clapped back in true Tank fashion. "I advise you not to talk so much. It can be bad for you. You know that already, though." Yo, Davis shot back.
The announcement of the Gervonta Davis Roach fight.
I think that, you know, he's had a lot of criticism, but it's not a bad fight. You know, Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability, but he can fight. I don't think it's a huge fight, but not.
Let's face it, Roach has some nerves stepping into Davis's world with that kind of energy. Tank's last fight against Frank Martin ended in a brutal knockout, a stark reminder of the power he brings to the ring. While Roach may have improved since his lone career loss to Jamal Herring in 2019, it's hard to imagine him handling the kind of pressure and explosiveness Davis brings. Interestingly, Roach didn't jump at the chance to fight Davis right away. During a press conference in Washington, D.C., he admitted he had other opportunities on the table before deciding to face Tank. When people ask, "Did I jump at this opportunity?" "I had opportunities on the table. That's why I didn't take this from the jump immediately when it was offered to me," Roach said. "But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best, so I'ma show it."
They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with him or not. That matters. When you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed, when you know what they're...
When asked why he ultimately chose this fight, Roach made it clear that the stakes were too good to pass up. "It's a whole lot of upside," he said. "When I win this expletive, it's going to flip all the way over. So, for me personally, I set out to be a legend in this sport. I think this fight right here starts my legendary run." That's what took it right there. Obviously, the money is nice. The money is really nice. And to be able to grow my brand and set my son up to never be worried about anything. Roach might see this fight as a chance to cement his legacy. But does he truly understand what he's up against? Davis isn't just another champion. He's a phenomenon. The power, the speed, the killer instinct. Davis has it all. And while Roach has shown grit and determination, stepping into the ring with Tank is a whole different beast.
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
Adding to the heat, Jose Rayo Valenzuela, another potential opponent for Davis, won't be fighting until next year. Valenzuela's camp had initially expressed interest in a matchup, but a series of complications, including Isaac Cruz's ongoing plans for a rematch, and Valenzuela's rumored fight with Gary Antoine Russell took him out of the running. This leaves Roach as the man standing in Davis's way. And he's not shying away from the spotlight. He's been vocal about his desire to make history and prove the doubters wrong. "I worked my ass off to get right here," Roach said, "so it's about time."
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog and he want to prove his skills against.
But here's the thing. Confidence can only take you so far when you're facing someone like Tank. Even with 3 months to go before fight night, Roach is already talking about what a win would mean for his career. The problem is, Davis has heard this all before. Every opponent comes in with high hopes only to find themselves on the wrong end of a knockout highlight reel. There is also the matter of Roach moving up in weight. While he's had success at junior lightweight, stepping into the lightweight division, especially against a puncher like Davis, is no small task. The added weight might give Roach more power, but it could also slow him down, making him an even easier target for Davis's devastating shots.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling you, you saying you going down in a night?
It's no secret that some fans view Davis's choice of Roach as a calculated move. Critics argue that Tank has a habit of picking opponents who are unlikely to seriously challenge him, allowing him to pad his record while avoiding the more dangerous fighters in his division. But even if that's true, it doesn't change the fact that Davis has delivered electrifying performances time and time again. Oscar De La Hoya believes Lamont Roach Jr. might just surprise the world and pull off the impossible against Gervonta Tank Davis. Roach might not have the power or the flashy resume that makes fans sit up and take notice, but De La Hoya sees something in him that others are quick to overlook. For De La Hoya, it's about more than raw numbers or past performances. It's about Roach's ability to adapt and think inside the ring. But is that enough to overcome a force like Tank Davis?
Cool. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting, but,
most people don't think so. Tank's record is spotless, 30 wins, 28 of them by knockout. His reputation as a relentless, hard-hitting finisher has made him one of the most feared fighters in boxing today. Roach, by contrast, doesn't seem to have the kind of punching power that would make Davis pause. His KO rate is low, and his most significant victories have come through decisions rather than knockouts. Still, Oscar insists that Roach's skill set isn't as basic as it looks. "He's sneaky good," De La Hoya said, hinting that Roach might have the kind of subtle tactics that can catch even an elite fighter like Tank off guard. The thing is, sneaky good only gets you so far against someone like Davis. Tank's experience and ability to adjust mid-fight have been tested against much tougher opponents than Roach. Critics argue that Roach hasn't faced anyone near Tank's level.
Christmas wish list. 3 names that you want 2025.
I won't say.
All right. Who?
Even in his win against Hector Garcia last year, Roach struggled, narrowly escaping with a split decision victory. That kind of performance doesn't inspire much confidence heading into a fight with one of boxing's pound-for-pound best. But De La Hoya is convinced Roach's path to victory isn't impossible. He's offered advice that sounds simple on the surface, but might be the only way Roach has a shot. Don't fight nervous. Don't be scared. Have fun. Easy to say, right? But when you're facing someone like Tank, having fun is the last thing on your mind. Gervonta Davis isn't just a power puncher. He's a tactical predator in the ring, always looking for the opening to land a devastating blow. Roach would have to stay calm under pressure, a feat most of Tank's past opponents have failed to achieve.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm a show up.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
Roach's game plan, laid out by De La Hoya, would involve keeping Davis guessing, punching from unexpected angles, mixing up power shots with lighter combinations, and staying unpredictable. De La Hoya believes this approach could keep Tank off balance, forcing him to think instead of react. But even De La Hoya acknowledges that Roach has to be cautious. One wrong move and it lights out. Tank has the kind of power that can end a fight in an instant, and he's proven time and again that he knows how to use it.
It's gonna be a party
And
on your
I'm
floor.
gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking
it's
on the
gonna
what's
be-
his name. He was shaking on the
Thank everybody that played a part in it. My team, Roberto Diaz, Gary Jonas.
on my kids. He was shaking on this. On my kids, he was
never.
shaking. How you gonna say it's cap? And
It gotta be.
You gonna say it's cap? I'm watching it.
Still, De La Hoya sees a path for Roach. He referenced Tank's fight with Ryan Garcia, where Garcia managed to land a short left hook that had Davis holding on briefly. It was a rare moment where Tank looked vulnerable. If Roach can find a similar opening, De La Hoya believes he might just have a chance to score a knockout. That's a big if, though. Garcia's power is on another level compared to Roach's, and expecting Roach to replicate that kind of moment might be asking too much.
You know, when they start talking, when the people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get dumb. I'm gonna beat his ass.
He can't
y'all
do
talking.
shit with.
For
I don't
real.
give a fuck.
So y'all better.
There's also the matter of Tank's mindset. Many fans and analysts think Davis might be taking this fight lightly. After all, the general perception is that Roach is an easy win, a fighter with a padded record and no real knockout power. If Tank underestimates Roach, that could play into Lamont's hands. Overconfidence has been the downfall of many great fighters in the past, and Roach could capitalize on any complacency from Davis. But let's not get carried away. Tank has built his career on staying sharp, focused, and ruthless. The idea that he would suddenly take his foot off the gas against Roach seems unlikely. Even if he's hearing the noise about this being a mismatch, Davis knows better than to let his guard down. He's been in this position before, expected to dominate, and he's always delivered.
We were. Did they accepted it? No, they didn't.
So what happened? Who denied the fight?
So then at the fight, I guess they chose Lamont Roach.
I mean, listen.
De La Hoya's confidence in Roach might also be part of a broader strategy. By hyping up Roach's chances, he's creating a narrative that makes the fight more intriguing. If Roach can go a few rounds with Tank and make it competitive, it could open doors for him even in defeat. And if he somehow pulls off the upset, he becomes an overnight sensation. It's a win-win for Roach, really. The only risk is getting completely dominated, which would reinforce the idea that he was never in Tank's league to begin with.
Stop closing up and let it go.
The stakes are enormous, and both fighters know it. For Tank, this is about maintaining his perfect record and proving he's still at the top of his game. For Roach, it's a chance to shock the world and elevate himself to a level no one thought possible. De La Hoya's belief in Roach might be genuine, or it might be wishful thinking. Either way, it adds an extra layer of intrigue to a fight that most people are already writing off as a foregone conclusion.
Christmas wish list, 3 names that you want 2025.
I won't say. I won't say.
All right. Who?
The upcoming fight between WBA lightweight champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1st has been the subject of much speculation and chatter. Tank himself stirred up controversy earlier this week, by posting a message on social media saying the fight was canceled. But it appears that was just noise. Leonard Ellerby, former CEO of Mayweather Promotions and someone still in close contact with Tank, quickly clarified the situation, responding to inquiries with a confident CU and NY. This has reassured fans that the fight is still on, but the drama surrounding it has added fuel to the fire.
DC and Baltimore guys don't like each other. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
yeah.
It was the DC guy that I got into it with.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So one of the older guys named Dana, he basically told me.
Tank's social media post caused confusion, and fans were left in the dark about why he claimed the fight was canceled. Some speculate it might have been a ploy to grab attention or stir interest in a fight that many have criticized as a mismatch. It's no secret that Roach, with a record of 29-1-1, isn't considered a top-tier opponent for Tank, who boasts an undefeated record of 30-0. The perception among fans is that Tank continues to avoid the most challenging opponents in his division, which has hurt his reputation as a true contender willing to take on all comers.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. Yeah,
don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
pops.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't say, bro. That's cap.
Tank's career, while impressive on paper, has been criticized for a lack of risk-taking. Since turning pro in 2013, he has yet to face an opponent in a 50-50 matchup where he wasn't the clear favorite. This pattern has left some fans feeling frustrated and questioning whether Tank is deliberately avoiding the top dogs in the lightweight division, like Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. The fight against Roach only adds to this narrative, with many viewing it as a step down in competition, and a fight Tank is almost guaranteed to win. Roach, for his part, hasn't shied away from addressing the opportunity. He acknowledged that he didn't immediately jump at the chance to fight Tank when it was first offered. According to Roach, he had other opportunities on the table, but eventually decided to take this fight because he sees himself as a competitor who believes he's the best. I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best, so I'ma show it, Roach said during a press conference in Washington, D.C.
Let me chill out, like, nah.
Right.
DC and Baltimore don't fuck with each other.
Yeah, they don't. One thing about it, the city gonna show up for you.
The circumstances leading up to this matchup have been anything but straightforward. Tank's team originally had their eyes on other potential opponents, including Rayo Valenzuela and Lomachenko. However, Lomachenko pulled out of negotiations for a unification bout, choosing to take the rest of the year off. Rumors suggest that Lomachenko may be considering retirement in 2025, which effectively took him off the table as an option. Valenzuela, another strong contender, was also unavailable as he decided to sit out the remainder of 2024, possibly to focus on other opportunities. Valenzuela's situation was further complicated by the expectation that Isaac Cruz, the man he defeated for the WBA belt at 140 pounds, in August 2024, would exercise his rematch clause. That didn't happen, and Cruz instead opted to face Angel Fierro on the February 1st undercard of David Benavidez versus David Morrell. Meanwhile, Valenzuela may now face Gary Antoine Russell on the March 1st undercard of Davis versus Roach. All these moving pieces left Tank's team with limited options, ultimately leading them to Roach.
In that fight, but I do think that the fight that he should have fought should have been the Edwin De Los Santos. But
Tank or Lamont?
Tank.
Okay.
Roach's record may not scream top contender, but he sees this fight as his moment to shine. He's well aware of the criticism and doubt surrounding him, but seems determined to use that as motivation. However, the reality is that Roach's resume lacks the kind of marquee wins that would make him a credible threat to someone like Tank. His most notable fight to date was a loss to Jamal Herring in 2019, a fight in which he was outboxed over 12 rounds. Since then, he has steadily built his record, but hasn't faced anyone near Tank's caliber.
He obviously a superstar. But just because it's who he is, this don't change no program that I got going on. I'm here to win. I've been coming to win. And I think the same result will happen on December the 14th.
Tank's decision to take on Roach has raised questions about what's happening behind the scenes. Some believe it could be a money issue, with Tank possibly demanding a higher purse for this fight, given that Roach isn't a high-profile opponent. The financial stakes may not be as high as Tank is used to. This could explain his frustration and why he lashed out on social media, claiming the fight was canceled. However, without confirmation from Premier Boxing Champions or Tank's team, this remains pure speculation. Despite the criticism, Tank's team seems confident in the fight's appeal, at least from their perspective. Roach, while not a household name, brings a level of unpredictability to the matchup. He's a fighter who, according to his own words, thrives on competition and believes in his ability to rise to the occasion. Whether that belief translates into success against a powerhouse like Tank remains to be seen.
Boxer, but everybody be talking shit to Gervonta, it don't be coming out good for them, my nigga.
The fight also underscores the ongoing challenges in matchmaking within the sport. With so many moving parts, from rematch clauses to fighters taking time off, putting together a marquee fight is no small task. Tank's team likely sees this as a stay-busy fight, one that allows him to keep his momentum going while waiting for bigger opportunities to materialize. However, for fans, it's another example of a missed opportunity to see Tank in a truly competitive bout against one of the division's elite. As the fight date approaches, the spotlight will undoubtedly be on Tank to deliver a performance that silences his critics. For Roach, this is the chance of a lifetime. A win over Tank would catapult him into the spotlight and establish him as a legitimate force in the division. It would also be one of the biggest upsets in recent boxing history, on par with shocking moments like James "Buster" Douglas defeating Mike Tyson in 1990.
Roach over Devin Haney if they could meet at a fucking catch weight. Shit. Don't sleep on Roach.
Right.
Hell yeah. That left hook will put Haney down. My opinion. My opinion. You know?
Why you think?
Now, fans can only speculate about what might happen on March 1st. Will Tank prove once again why he's considered one of the best punchers in the sport? Or will Roach shock the world and pull off the upset? One thing is certain, all eyes will be on New York when these two step into the ring. But what's your view on the fight? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.